for your arrest. We're not here for a trial, so you do not need to tell us what did or did not occur. Please save that for your attorney. You have the right to remain silent. Utilize that right at all times. But if you begin to speak about your case, explain yourself, defend yourself, or make any type of comments on the evidence against you, whatever you say can and will be used against you. Everything today is being recorded. If you have a private attorney, when you called up, let me know who that is. We'll contact your attorney. Now, I may ask you a few questions, but I'm not going to ask you about what led up to you being arrested or any of the facts surrounding your arrest. I may ask you about your ties to the community, how long you've lived here, do you have money to bond out? But I will limit it to that. Please, you limit it to that also. Now, when I call out your name, please step forward. May I see, I'm going to skip ahead. Blake Brown. May I see Blake Brown? Mr. Brown, you have been charged with committing a third-degree felony with a weapon, possession of cannabis, a felony amount, count 3, possession with intent to sell, manufacture, deliver cannabis, possession of oxycodone, possession of morphine. Count 6 is a traffic ticket. Count 7, no driver's license. Count 8, expired tag. Count 9, traffic ticket. Court finds... I understand. Court finds probable cause. Mr. Brown, do you have a private attorney?
No, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir. Back home.
Okay. Do you have a driving record on this gentleman? Mr. Blake Brown? Sir, where is back home for you?
Georgia.
And how long have you been in South Florida?
I've been here since 2012.
Okay, and you live in Miami Gardens now?
Yeah, I go to school in Miami Gardens.
What are you studying?
Chemistry.
Okay, and are you employed?
I work for a mentoring service at school.
Okay, and do you have any money in the bank?
Yes, sir.
How much would you say you have in the bank?
Probably like $800-900.
And do you own land? Do you own land or property in South Florida?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you own land? Are you employed in Broward County?
No, sir.
Do you have any friends? Do you have any relatives in Broward County?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, who's going to help bond you from the jail, sir? Who's going to help you bond out?
My baby mother.
Go ahead. State, does this gentleman have a criminal record?
I don't know yet. It's not in my system. I don't know if pretrial has any notes on it.
So crazy, I swear you are.
It's a case that showed the file, but there's nothing.
Got it. Is that for failing to appear in court?
I rescheduled that, by the way.
Okay. 17-44. Thank you. Sir, it appears you do not have any, are you on this case, sir?
No, Your Honor, I'm here on page 2. I apologize. I was told to stand here and just wait.
Okay, that's fine. Sir, it appears you lack ties to Broward County. I see you have a Dade County address on the booking form and on the police report. I look at your driving record. You have multiple failures to appear in court in Dade County, and the court is concerned that you have a history of not showing up in court. That'll be a factor. The court will also consider you lack ties to Broward County. Your address is in Miami. You've lived down there a couple of years. You go to school down there. You have no ties to Broward. The other thing that, go ahead, sir.
About the failure to appear, they were sending it to my house in Georgia, and while I was down here at school, That's the only reason I didn't get the notice.
Yes, sir.
And then I rescheduled with Joyce Lane last week.
Yes, sir.
About the case that I have right now. I have my community service papers and I have my advocate program completion papers as well.
Yes, sir. So the court notes that you have an open DUI out of Dade County, prior to license suspended out of Miami, and you have a theft out of Georgia with the trespassing. The court notes, for the record in this case, you were pulled over in a black BMW with a Georgia tag, with the Georgia ID. You showed the police a Georgia ID. The court notes that, and I'm just making a record, a police officer discovered 4 individually wrapped 1-ounce baggies of cannabis, a large mason jar containing a large amount of cannabis. There was a Tupperware container in the vehicle, and that contained wrapped cannabis, individually wrapped 1/2-ounce bags of cannabis. There was a blue pill that was identified to be morphine. There was another 3 white pills. They were shown to be Percocet. Then there was a digital scale in the vehicle. They also found $1,107 of U.S. currency on you. They also found a fully loaded Glock 23 .40 caliber handgun with a 30-round extended magazine in the vehicle. They said there was a loaded .40 caliber magazine on the back floorboard of the vehicle. They also found a Century Arms rifle loaded with a 30-round magazine. There was a bag that contained another fully loaded 30-round magazine and a loaded extended 30-round magazine with .40 caliber ammunition and a partially loaded rifle magazine. The court does believe, sir, you lack ties to the community, you have a history of not showing up, you have a DUI out of Miami, and it appears that you're not only in the drug trade, it appears from these facts you are in the armed drug trade with extended magazines, with high velocity rounds. Sir, the court believes you represent a danger to the community. You know, right. With extended magazines in your car while you have the drugs, it doesn't add up, sir. I'm going to set the count 1. I'm going to set that at $25,000. Count 2, the cannabis, $1,000. 3, the delivery of cannabis, $1,000. The court is going to set count 4 at $1,000. Count 5 at $1,000. No valid driver's license will be $1,000. He'll have pretrial release with the GPS monitor. Your total bond is $25,600, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $30,000 bond, and then you'll have pretrial release with the GPS monitor. While you're on release, you're not allowed to have any kind of gun, any kind of weapon, any kind of ammunition in your possession under any circumstance. Whether or not you have a license to carry or not, you're not allowed to have it. I'm going to order that you're drug tested randomly, and I'm going to allow him to work and go to school while he's on pretrial. All right? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, sir, which case are you here on?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Omar Lopez on behalf of page 2, Carlos Perez Penalver.
Okay. Now, see Carlos Perez Penalver.
And he's going to need the assistance of the Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay, we're going to have to. Could you order a Spanish interpreter? Okay. Could you stand by?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Missy Alejandro Soto. Okay, Mr. Soto, you've been charged. You have a warrant for a battery, and you have, I'm going to find probable cause. Does he have a criminal record, State?
I'm going to check that this is a court-ordered KPS.
No, it says 500. I think that's an out of custody ordered by a judge. But let me ask, could I have both of you raise your right hands? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Okay, put your hands down. Ma'am, tell me your name.
Brenda Acosta.
Brenda Acosta. How do you know Mr. Soto?
That's my son's father.
Okay, thank you. And your name?
David Cosme. I went to high school with him.
Okay, step a little closer for us. There you go. Okay. Now, anything, State, does he have any criminal record? Does he still live on North 73rd Terrace in Hollywood?
No.
Do you know where he lives now?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me... Okay.
Jacob Montalvo and Nicholas Fontanez.
No contact with Jacob Montalvo and Nicholas, what?
Fontanez.
Fontanez. No contact with either person directly or indirectly. Thank you, sir. Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Missy Renee Robinson.
And then
I understand. I think I'm going to just let it go. All right? Thanks. Oh, Spanish is here? Where's Renee Robinson? Hello, Miss Robinson. Ma'am, you have an out-of-state hold. You're wanted out of Illinois on a child abduction matter. Your bond is $75,000, ma'am. You'll see the extradition judge in the coming days, all right? Thank you. Okay, Spanish, you want to come up? Carlos Perez Penalver. Sir, do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English, truthfully and to the best of your ability?
I do. Esteban Rojas.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Perez Penalver.
Buenas tardes, señor Pérez Penalba.
Sir, you're being represented by an attorney. Your name, sir?
Again, good afternoon, Your Honor. Omar Lopez on his behalf.
Usted
Omar.
está siendo representado por un abogado. Buenas tardes, su señoría Omar López, representándolo.
Mr. Lopez, your client is being held for a theft.
Señor López, su cliente está bajo custodia por estar acusado de hurto.
Out of the state of Nebraska.
Where in Nebraska, Your Honor?
State of Nebraska.
En el estado de Nebraska.
That appears to be a no-bond hold.
Parece que ese es un cargo que no trae aparejada fianza.
There, he will see the extradition judge in the coming days.
Va a comparecer ante el juez de extradición en los próximos días.
Okay.
If I may, Judge, this morning I was able to get in contact. It's out of Colfax County, specifically Schuyler, Nebraska.
Su señoría, logré esta mañana hacer contacto con las respectivas autoridades. Es en el condado de Colfax, en el poblado de Schuyler, Nebraska.
And just to make it short, I actually spoke to the county attorney, who is the prosecutor.
Y para ser breve, yo hablé con el abogado del condado, que es el fiscal.
There is a restitution matter of $1,600. The family is already on their way to FedEx that amount to the county attorney.
Hay un tema de resarcimiento por el monto de $1,500. La familia ya va en ruta para enviarle ese dinero al fiscal.
And I can represent to the court that the county attorney, as soon as she receives the check, she told me she will dismiss the charge in Nebraska. It relates from 2010.
Y la secretaria de la corte en Nebraska me ha dicho que en cuanto reciban el dinero, retiran los cargos. Es un cargo que data desde el 2010.
And then he should be out of here by as early as Monday, Your Honor. So this should be resolved.
Esperaríamos que pudiera salir a más tardar el lunes, su señoría.
Have you spoken with Ken Farnsworth? Do you know Ken Farnsworth?
La idea es resolver el tema.
Come on up. Yep,
Usted ha
right
hablado
there.
con el señor Ken
He is the
Farnsworth.
assistant state attorney in charge of extraditions.
Ken
And if
Farnsworth
you
es el fiscal
let him
adjunto,
know what you're doing,
responsable de
a lot of headache can be resolved.
Yes.
las
I used to be the
extradiciones.
extradition judge.
Habla con él y sabe
And
lo que está haciendo,
he's
se
the
puede
one who
evitar un
knows.
dolor de cabeza.
If he calls out there, confirms what you're saying,
Si
then
él
maybe this
confirma
can be
lo que
taken
usted
care
está
of
diciendo,
quickly.
entonces
Thank you, Your
posiblemente
Honor.
Okay.
esto se maneje
The
rápido.
last thing I want to ask is I went to visit him at the main jail, but they told me because he was here. So is there a way that he can be sent back, or we just have to wait? Until...
Gracias, su señoría. Y otra pregunta, yo fui a visitarlo a la cárcel principal, pero me dijeron que estaba acá. ¿Hay alguna forma de mandarlo de regreso?
Can you, main jail, one of the jail deputies over there, can you take Mr. Perez Penalver to the attorney window on the, I believe on the first floor where the bond window is?
¿Alguno de los alguaciles que está
Thank
allá
you.
puede llevar
Second
al
floor.
señor Penalver al
Go to the second floor.
segundo
Is it the
piso,
bond
a la
window?
ventanilla de fianzas?
Yeah, go where the bond, where you put the bonds up, and then there's a window right there.
Thank you so much.
Eh,
I appreciate it.
donde se
There
pagan
you
las
go.
fianzas, hay una ventanilla de abogados ahí.
And I
Okay,
appreciate it, Judge.
thank you.
Gracias, señor. Después.
You want to make an announcement for Espanol?
¿Hay alguna otra persona que necesite traducción al español?
Actually, the next person, I believe, Marielle Vargas, Judge. She's approaching. She refers to Spanish interpreter.
Okay. Ms. Vargas, good afternoon, ma'am.
Señora Vargas, buenas tardes.
You've been charged with aggravated battery.
A usted se le acusa de lesiones agravadas.
Court finds probable cause.
La Corte considera que existen indicios de haberse cometido un delito.
It is alleged you were throwing full beer cans at a man and hit him in the head.
Se alega que usted lanzó latas llenas de cerveza en contra de un hombre y le golpeó en la cabeza.
Okay. And he was actually allegedly cutting across her property to buy more beer.
Lo que se alega es que este hombre estaba cruzando su propiedad para comprar más cerveza.
State, does she have a criminal record?
¿Fiscalía tiene antecedentes
What are they?
delictivos ella?
It checks out the alcohol influence box.
Oh, I see. Yes, it says she had been consuming also.
Parece que ella también
Does she have a criminal record?
estaba consumiendo alcohol. ¿Tiene antecedentes?
Pre-trial?
No aparecen antecedentes.
Ma'am, how long have you lived here in South Florida?
Señora, ¿cuánto tiempo tiene usted de vivir acá en el sur de Florida?
Judge, she's been residing here for 4 years.
Señor
Okay.
juez ha vivido acá durante 4 años.
Does she have anything?
¿Tiene
Just-
algo? Estoy revisando.
Give us a moment.
Denos un momento, por favor.
Ma'am, if the court releases you today,
Señora, si la corte la libera hoy,
you're not allowed to have any contact with Neri Asorto.
le va a quedar prohibido mantener contacto con Neri Asorto
You must stay away from him. Do you understand?
y debe mantenerse alejado de él. ¿Comprende?
And you're not allowed to have any possession of any beer,
Y no se le permite poseer cerveza,
no beer bottles, and no beer cans.
ni botellas, ni latas de cerveza.
I'm going to release you on your own
No
recognizance, ma'am.
parece tener antecedentes, señora. Voy a liberarla bajo palabra.
Thank you.
Gracias, señor juez.
¿Quién más habla español? ¿Solamente español? ¿Quién habla solamente español? ¿Tú? ¿Qué es tu nombre? What? Marvin? Marvin Tavides? Javier?
Aguirre?
On page 6.
Is it-
Marvin Aguirre.
Got it.
Página 6, Marvin Aguirre.
Do you have a driving record over there for Mr. Geary? If you want to hand me all the driving records, I can save you time. Thank you.
Make some extra.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Aguirre,
Señor Aguirre,
sir, it appears you do not have a driver's license.
señor, parece ser que usted no posee licencia de conducir.
And it also appears that you have been caught driving in the past with no license.
También parece ser que en el pasado usted ha sido detenido por conducir sin licencia.
So I'm going to order that your bond is going to be $500 today.
Así que su fianza hoy va a ser de $500.
Thank you.
Gracias.
I believe nobody else requires Spanish interpreter, Judge. Here.
Okay. Thank you.
So, we're set, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How are you?
Good. What do you have?
Joshua Rydell on behalf of Demetrio Polito. It's on page 13 of your Honor's docket.
Judge, Ms. Polito's up all line.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Rydell, your client has been charged with kidnapping, robbery with no firearm.
Do we have to change the view?
I think that's a change of charge. Am I correct?
Judge, and to tell the court, do we have to change the jail so he can hear, Mr. Polito?
Oh, well, he can still hear. I just don't have him on video. There we go. Okay.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hey, good afternoon.
Mr. Polito is at PM Court down in the Central Courthouse.
Okay.
With Judge Siegel.
Okay. Well, and that Judge, that it was what was supposed to happen today, but I have an order, if I may approach. It's an order setting bond. We had to have an R3 hearing in this matter. Mr. Linder verified it all with the state. So this is just the order that I would ask the court to adopt and just essentially, what is it, take no action on.
I think it might be best to just set, as far as the counts in front of the court, set the same release conditions just in case if this gets to the jail first.
So, do I have this straight? Count 1, kidnapping is $50,000. Count 2, robbery is $10,000. But there's a count 3 on here, and I don't have a count.
That's been set at $10,000 also. The jail will get that paperwork. It's just best to be consistent with the other. They're going to get paperwork from Judge Siegel's division. Your findings should be consistent with that. I think that's the easiest way.
What is count 3? What's the charge?
And that was also set at $10,000.
Okay, so do you want to keep this? Or,
That's the only copy I have, everything I know.
can we make a copy in the courtroom? Okay, I'm going to just attach it. All right.
Patrice?
Oh, well. Okay, for the record, count 1, I'm adopting with Judge Siegel.
Yes, Judge.
I'm going to adopt Judge Siegel's order. $50,000 on count 1, count 2, $10,000, count 3, aggravated battery, and I will adopt all the conditions that he set forth in his order. And I'm going to attach a copy of the order to the findings.
10,000. I guess I need you to say count
Total
3,
bond
Judge.
$70,000.
I think.
Oh, well, count 1, kidnapping, $50,000. 2, robbery, $10,000. 3, aggravated battery, $10,000. All right, so, and I'm going to additionally adopt all the findings of Judge Siegel. I'm going to attach that order and to this. Okay. There you go, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you for calling.
How about Gloria Tillman? Good afternoon, Ms. Tillman. Hi, good, ma'am. Battery on a person 65 years of age or older and battery on a firefighter. Hold on, ma'am. hold. Just give me a moment, ma'am.
Level 2, specifically, he can only go to work, church, lawyer. He's a, yes. He's a, look, you just give me a forget it. Just give me a second to tell you something. He said he's adopting the findings, and I'm telling you what the findings are. Yes, GPS, and specifically, he can only go to certain places. Let me ask. What about the order that Judge Siegel did? Then that's the case. Then what do you do then in every other situation where we don't have a change of charge?
It's battery on a person 65 years of age or older.
To do it on the order. All right. No, I don't know. I understand, but it's pre-trial GPS, and but then it. Oh my God.
Maybe I'm missing something. I don't see how old this alleged victim is.
This is age. First of Your Honor, in one of the reports I gave you, it might not be in the narrative because they didn't arrest him for battery, but it has the victim's information and his date of birth there.
Okay, I see it right here. Malcolm Ruel.
Yes.
Got it. 65 years. Ma'am, you keep saying that. Did you hear what I said at the very beginning? Yeah. How long have you been in jail?
Today is be a month.
Okay. Do you have anyone who can bond you out of jail?
Yes.
Am I correct, State? I mean, it's a push, right?
It's a push and punching a police officer in the face.
Yeah, I got that part. Okay. Does she have a criminal record?
Well, it looks like she has a pending grant.
Ma'am, how long have you lived in South Florida?
All my life, sir.
And were you employed before you went to jail?
Yes, sir.
What kind of work were you doing?
I was working for a cleaning service.
And do you have family down here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where'd you go to high school?
Piper High School in South Plantation.
Got it. Okay. You have any money to bond out with?
No, I don't have any money.
I got it. State would,
It looks like there's going to be a motion.
she's a pending grand theft?
Pending grand theft in front of Judge Siegel. She had this year already, she pled out, in June 1st, resisting without violence, carrying concealed weapon and trespass, uttering a forged instrument, 07, grand theft with a violation of probation, 2000.
Ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and set your bond on count 1 based on your criminal record. The facts of the case. Count 1 will be $1,500. Count 2 will be $1,500. Your total bond today will be $3,000. All right?
3,000.
Yes.
I didn't even touch the video.
Em, don't talk about the facts. Gloria, please don't talk about the facts.
Bond's $3,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with
I don't even have that type of money.
Ruel Malcolm. No contact with Michael Celia. Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
I don't have that type of money.
Go ahead.
Patrice,
How about Joseph Maldonado, Justin Hiciano, and Matthew Sammartino? Hey, Mr. Maldonado, you've been charged. Count 5 is a warrant on a misdemeanor, and that's no lodging on city property. State, can you tell me what count 1 through 4 is on Maldonado?
Bond was posted. He was in custody when this case was issued.
Okay, so
He was being released.
bond's posted on this case?
No. He was being released, but he was in custody when they issued this case.
Oh, okay. Got it. Sir, do you still live on Grant Street in Hollywood?
No, sir.
What are his pending charges, though? He bonded out on. Okay. Sir, are you on probation right now?
No, sir.
Do you want to plead no contest to the sleeping on city property and just get it over with today?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you understand if you plead no contest, your case is over with? You're not going to have a trial. You're not going to have your day in court. It's wrapped up right now. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole right now for anything?
No, I just bonded out yesterday, Judge Siegel.
Okay, how do you plead to one count of municipal ordinance violation?
No contest.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication, and I'll give you 6 months to pay, and we'll send you a bill in the mail. Thank you. Okay, sir, may I help you with something? Okay. Justin Hiciano and Matthew Sammartino.
Hiciano is here present, Judge. Mr. Hiciano is requesting or asking the court if you would consider resolving his case today.
Okay, Mr. Hiciano, count 1 is no driver's license. Count 2, failed to register a vehicle. Hold on one moment. I see here the defendant has an ID card, no driver's license. And I do see that he failed to appear on several traffic tickets. Sir, the court is, I'm going to let you bond out today, but I will give you a break. I'll ROR you on count 2, all right? So count 1 is $250, all right? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Thank
Okay,
you.
what about Matthew Sammartino? So you have a warrant on a misdemeanor, trespassing. State, do we have a criminal record on Sammartino?
I'm not showing anything. Looking for the report? Standing on top of a lifeguard tower's roof, it says there were 3 signs, no trespassing around in Hollywood.
What was he standing on?
The roof of a lifeguard tower,
Standing on the roof of a lifeguard tower.
like 9:15 at night.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Sammartino. What,
Mr. Sammartino is inquiring if the court would consider resolving his case
yeah,
today.
what do you do for work, Sammartino?
I'm a waiter.
Okay.
Student,
Where do you go to school?
Broward County.
Broward County what?
Broward County Community College, Fort Lauderdale, downtown.
Broward County Community College. All right.
It's it.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Yeah. Okay. You want to plead no contest today to the trespassing?
Yes, sir.
You understand the case is over with. There'll be no trial. There's not going to be your day in court. You're not going to have the opportunity to have an attorney represent you. You're not going to have the opportunity to have bring witnesses in or testify on your own behalf. The case is wrapped up. It's over with today. Do you understand?
I understand. Your Honor.
How do you plead to trespassing?
No contest.
I'll withhold adjudication, sir. Give you 6 months to pay the minimal court cost. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. How about Logalee Raymond, Ricardo
Mr.
Jean,
Raymond's here approaching.
Ricardo Jean Marie, and David DeScipio? Please come forward.
Judge, Mr. Raymond's inquiring if his bond's been posted.
Sir, count 1 is $250, count 2 is $500, count 3 is $500. And I'm not sure whether your bond's been posted or not, but all right, good luck. How about Ricardo Jean Marie? Sir, count 1, possession with intent to sell, deliver heroin, $2,500. 2 is a parole violation, no bond. Thank you. How about David DeScipio? David DeScipio, violating probation. You'll see your judge on July 10th. Until then, it's no bond. Thank you. How about Brandon Lane, Durandal Butler, and Ashton Dell? Brandon Lane, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and the court finds probable cause. You allegedly retrieved a firearm from inside your vehicle, pointed at the victim, that is Donnell, and threatening to shoot him. Okay, go ahead, State. Any priors?
Pled a burglary done to a trespass 2015, resisting without violence 2012, trespass on school grounds 2011.
All right. Anything from the defense?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Lane is 26 years old. He's been residing in our community his whole entire life. He is working. He works for a company called Rise Sand and Gravel. He's a loader. He's been working there for about 2 weeks now, making approximately $12 an hour. He does have strong ties to the community. He has family that lives here. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. He rents an apartment with his girlfriend and his 3 children. Their ages are 9, 4, and 2. He's the sole financial provider of his family. Their monthly rent is about $1,000, and they've been residing at the same location for the past 3 years. Financially, he has no money in the bank, no property. He's going to be contacting his girlfriend to see if she could post his bond. I'd ask you to take into consideration his strong ties to the community and his lack of financial resources and impose a reasonable bond, Judge.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond today, sir, $2,500 based on the facts of the case, the alleged level of violence, the threat to shoot someone. I realize you have a minimal criminal history. Sir, I'm going to order no contact to Mr. Donnell. No contact with him directly, indirectly. Stay away from him. And you're not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons, any firearms while you're on release. Thank you. How about Durandal Butler? Sir, driving on a suspended license, 750, resisting an officer, that's ROR, open container of alcohol, and then count 4 and 5 are misdemeanor warrants, 1,000. You have an out-of-county hold for $377, sir. Thank you. How about Ashton Dell? Ashton Dell. Mr. Dell, driving on a license suspended. Give me a moment. Dell, let me ask you a question. Do you still live on Southampton Drive?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an apartment or unit number? Hi, Sue.
No, Your Honor, that's a house.
Okay. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today, all right?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. How about Alfred Bailey?
Mr. Bailey's here present, Judge. He declined to serve the public defender. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well, Mr. Bailey. You've been charged with license suspended. Hold on a moment.
Yes,
Give me a moment. Mr. Bailey, let me ask you, do you still reside on 46th Avenue, number 216?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to release you on your own.
Judge, his bond's been posted.
Oh, it has?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I would have. Your bond's been
Well,
put.
I mean, it hasn't been posted yet, but
Yeah, it has been posted, sir.
No, they said it has been put, but you're going to get the money back eventually. So,
thank you.
yes, sir. Good luck.
Y'all have a great day.
Yeah, I was going to let you go without a bond. So, all right.
All right, thank you.
Good luck. Take care. All right, Marcus Clervin. I could order the bond be returned too. What? What?
It slows the process down.
Will it? All right. Try to save the man a few dollars. All right, Marcus Clervin, possession of cannabis, count 1, 100, count 2, probation violation. That's a no bond holster. You see a judge on July 6th. How about Taryn Vines?
Okay, good luck, sir. Mr. Vines?
Mr. Vines,
Snapping.
He was all the way in the back, Judge.
well,
It's like what?
I don't know
10
about
feet?
all the way in the back. I see him right, but yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He was 8 seats back. Okay, maybe that's all the way in the back. And there wasn't anyone sitting between him and there, but if you want to say he's all the way in the back and that's why he didn't hear,
I mean, I could hear the deputy yelling at him.
I mean, okay, fine. It's all a matter of perspective. All right, so the court finds he's charged with possession of cocaine and heroin, possession of a controlled substance, and drug paraphernalia. Court-
His family has posted the bond with a signature bail bond.
Okay. Hold on a moment. Okay, so I'm going to order that on Monday before noon, you're put to pretrial release. You're going to have a drug and alcohol evaluation. I'm going to require you to go to 2 Narcotics Anonymous meetings per week, and you're going to be randomly drug tested. If you come back positive with any illegal substance, be prepared to go back into jail. All right, sir?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And of course, how to get there. Make sure you're there, or else it's going to be one for the right?
How about Brandon Marrero?
Mr. Moreau?
Sir, who did? Okay. So your bond has been posted, or it's in the process of being posted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to order you to report to pretrial release on Monday before noontime. You're going to have to be drug tested randomly. You're not to consume any illegal substances. If you do, you'll probably go back into jail. And also you have to attend a drug and alcohol evaluation and 2 Narcotics Anonymous meetings per week. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This is the map how to get to pretrial. Make sure you're there.
How about Raymond Hannon, Franklin Dossett, and Tyrell Wright?
I don't know why Mr. Hannon's here. We dealt with this yesterday. You said a $25,000
Yeah,
bond and revoked his bond.
that's what I thought. How much was it?
$25,000. No comment.
$25,000 bond. I did it yesterday. They brought him back again today. Thank you. Same terms and conditions as yesterday. How about Franklin Dossett?
Wait, was there GP? Because I didn't see him being so pissed.
The state, is this a change of charge?
Who's this, Sherman?
Dossett?
One moment.
Mr. Dossett, stand by one moment. What is it?
Please delete him from the document because we've already set the bond plus pretrial.
Right.
They don't need. What they're saying is they don't need a second findings.
Okay. Yeah, delete that. Just delete it. Okay?
Of the findings.
There you go. Okay, so
It is a change of charge, Judge, but it's really a formality. It was. It's just from one type of possession of firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon to another type.
okay, what was his original bond?
I'm checking that right now.
Okay. Yeah, what's your question, Mr. Dossett?
Can I please have access to my contacts so I can contact my family and my phone?
Yeah, I don't. Do you have a problem with that, State? If he contacts, what's count
The
one?
only thing.
What's count one?
One moment, Judge.
Robbery, firearm, no bond.
The only thing I would ask, well,
Go ahead.
is if he's going to have access to the phone, that it be supervised by BSO. He's not
Well,
just,
it is already supervised by BSO.
well, I mean, but I understand. But I mean, I just want to make sure he's not there.
Yeah, I'm going to let him do it. I'm going to let him have access to his contacts to, I guess his phone's in custody. All right? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Your bond's $15,000. I put it right back where it was. Thank you. How about Terrell Wright?
Conti. Good morning, Judge. How you doing?
Good,
This is
sir.
another change of charge. When it came through, it had state emergency. Your Honor, I can tell you in the PC there was no. It was a misbook. There was no mention of.
What was his original bond?
5,000.
Sir, I'm going to put your bond back at $5,000. You're charged with burglary of a conveyance unarmed. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Yeah, same to you, sir. Thank you. How about Javaris Welch? Javaris Welch.
Mr. Welch is here present, Judge Amani, Defiance of the Public Defender.
Sir, you have 2 violations of probation. You'll see your judge on July 6th. And thank you very much, sir. You'll be held without bond until then. How about
Excuse me. Repeat
yes,
that again, Judge?
you'll see your judge on July 6th. You'll be held without bond until then.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Delvin Williams.
Not here at me.
Mr. Williams, is this a change of charge?
It's technically an up file with an enhancement for the mask. I'm not going to ask for any modification.
What was the original bond?
It was originally set at 10,000. I'm just asking to be set at 10,000.
Sir, I'm going to put your bond back on burglary at $10,000 on count 1. Count 2 is going to be $750. All right, nothing's changed. Thank you.
$750 to get out?
No, count 1 is $10,000. Count 2 is $750. Nothing has changed. It's the same bonds as you had before this hearing. All right. Thank you. How about Ricardo Jean Marie? Ricardo Jean Marie. This was a reset for this afternoon. The defendant's definitely on probation on count 2, right?
Judge, I think you already did refer to Jean Marie.
I reset it for the PM docket. Do we have a date for him to see his judge on the VOP? Ma'am? Excuse me. On this case right here, this was on the morning docket, and I set it for the afternoon. It doesn't have a date on when he sees his judge on the violation of probation. Can we give him a date right now? Could you do that? And then put that date on here and make sure it's scheduled? Okay, so I'm going to pass this through. Fine count 1, 2,500.
Your Honor, there's no date because it's interstate.
Oh, it is?
That's why there's no case number.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. You don't need to do that then, ma'am. Okay, so count 1 is 2,500. Count 2 is a probation violation. This will go on to his division judge. All right? You know one thing about all right. Okay. So ROR is Zachary Moore. How about Carlton Barnes?
Same. He's downtown in the courtroom also.
Okay. State, you file it. Do you? How do you feel? Do you dispute that, Mr. Faberich?
I haven't seen anything, but
Other than judge, you go through the process like.
It takes me a minute to look it up, so.
This will be quicker.
Dell.
It's the second look.
That's second. Conti, Dell. Possession of PVP. Second look. Mr. Dell, how come you haven't bonded out yet?
I haven't been able to contact him.
Does he have another case pending? No?
No, I don't.
Mr. Dell, how long have you been in custody now?
I've been in custody 2 weeks, but I do work. I do landscape.
What kind of, how much is your bond?
My bond is $100. I mean, if I got contact with my people, I mean, they would have bonded me.
Who are your people? Who are you talking about?
My mom.
Now, hold on a moment here. Who do you live with?
I live with my mother.
Now, your mom hasn't seen you in 2 weeks. And you're telling me the reason you haven't had her bond you out is you haven't called her. But don't you think if your mom hasn't seen you in 2 weeks, by process of elimination, you're either in the hospital or you're in jail?
I mean, yeah, it's possible. But
I'm wondering why your mom hasn't bonded you out.
Did he say his bond was 100?
Well, it's 1,000 if you put up 100.
It's a PVP case. He's got his priors. Trespass last year, trespass 2015, possession of cocaine and marijuana 2012, possession of cocaine 2000. This is just Broward with the VOP. I'd have to check to see.
I'm starting to have a feeling why mom hadn't come down to bond you out. Are you going to be living with her when you get out of jail?
yes, I will.
All right.
Yes, I will.
I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You have to report on Monday to pretrial release by noontime. You're going to be drug tested randomly. I'm going to order that you have a drug and alcohol evaluation. I'm going to order you attend 2 Narcotics Anonymous meetings per week. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right? And if you come back positive, you've been in 2 weeks, so your system's clear. If you come back with any drugs after you get out, then you can't claim it was from before, all right?
Okay.
You'll go right back in jail, okay?
All right.
All right, good luck. Oops. What did I do on Zach? Oh, okay. There you go. You're welcome. Okay. How about David Grishman? Sorry we didn't call him earlier there, Mr. All right. Grishman, you've been in 4 days. Possession of cannabis paraphernalia. I remember there were some circumstances regarding this, as I recall. But, Mr. Grishman, how come you haven't bonded out of jail yet?
Well, sir, I just spent every penny I had paying my boss for the rent and the trailer that he's letting me live in.
Right.
And I don't don't have any money until I get back out and work again. So,
Would you like to resolve your case today?
yes, sir, I would, sir.
Sir, if you plead no contest to give you withheld adjudication on both counts, your case will be over with today. You're not going to have a trial. You're not going to have your day in court. You're not going to have an attorney file any motions for you. You're not going to have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own or testify on your own behalf. That's because the case will be over with today. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do, sir.
Okay, sir. How do you plead to one count of cannabis and paraphernalia?
No content.
I'll withhold adjudication on count 1 and count 2. I'll give you 6 months to pay the minimal court cost. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Jerry Thank you. Good luck. Yes, same to you. Jerry Holston, I'm sorry. Mr. Holston, you are charged with solicitation display on a public right-of-way. You've been in 38 days. Is he been held on another charge? What was he on probation for? Okay. Let me just look here. So when you get out of jail, you're going to go back and live on Northeast 15th Avenue?
Yes, sir.
And how long do you live there?
About a year and a half.
Who do you live there with?
A friend of mine.
Okay. Can you look here? Okay, 2400 East Commercial Boulevard. Holding a cardboard sign that read, "Just a little bit." Walking in between the cars that were stopped at the light. North Federal Highway, Commercial Boulevard, placed in custody. Place in evidence. Okay, Mr. Holston. Would you like to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Holston, do you understand that you're not allowed to panhandle in or around traffic in the city of Fort Lauderdale? I think everywhere in Broward County.
Yes, sir.
It's a safety issue. Since I've been a judge, I have known people who've been arrested over and over again for panhandling, and I probably know 6 or 7 who are no longer with us. They were run over by cars. And they were nice people, but they always got arrested for doing the same thing, and probably 6 or 7 of them have been run over and killed. I'd hate to see anything bad happen to you. So it's really a safety issue. So I'll just ask, when you resolve your case, if you want to resolve it today, you give up walking through traffic with the sign, all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, would you like to resolve your case today for panhandling?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that by you'd plead no contest, I'd withhold adjudication, I'd assess the minimal court cost, you wouldn't have a trial, you're not going to have your day in court, case is over with right now. Is that how you want to resolve your case?
No contest?
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication, give you 6 months to pay the minimal court cost, and I wish you have a nice weekend, Mr. Holston.
Thank you, too, sir.
All right? Okay, what about Alicia Price? You know, Mr. Faberk, I do know. Probably Jeffrey Qualick was the last one. Remember that? Yep. Jeffrey Qualick was a regular. He got 17th Street Causeway and Federal Highway. Got run over in the turn lane.
It was crazy.
Alicia Price.
Price has an out-of-state hold in addition to these local charges.
Does she?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole, Ms. Price, anywhere? No?
No.
Are you on community control, anything like that?
No.
Okay, these cases here are holding you in Broward County. Apparently you have an out-of-state hold. You can't leave Broward County until these cases are over with. Now, if we resolve these, you're not getting out of jail, but it will free you up to go to the other state. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Would you like to resolve these today?
Absolutely.
Okay, do you understand you're charged with cannabis, paraphernalia, resisting arrest, no driver's license? Do you understand by pleading no contest, that means you're not going to have the opportunity to see the evidence against you, to hear the testimony against you, to ask questions of the witnesses against you, to bring to court your own witnesses or testify on your own behalf and tell your side of the story, to have an attorney appointed to represent you throughout a trial and getting ready for trial. None of that is going to happen. You're not going to have your day in court. The case is wrapped up right now. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right, so how do you plead to the counts that I just read to you?
No contest.
Just before she pleads,
Okay.
what is the hold that's on her from out of state? Will she be affected by taking a plea to this?
Well, I'll explain that to you.
She's aware, yeah.
Ma'am, which state wants you?
Kentucky.
Okay. I'm not sure about the criminal laws in the state of Kentucky, but I do know in the state of Florida that every criminal case you've had prior to when you either plea or you're sentenced, the judge can consider those priors in enhancing your current sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So you could go back to Kentucky, and the judge up there may give you a certain sentence, but if the prosecutor brings it to his or her attention that you pled no contest to this cannabis, paraphernalia, resisting arrest, and no license, that could enhance a possible sentence up in Kentucky. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm letting you know. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, knowing that, do you still want to resolve your case today?
Yes.
Okay. How do you plead to the counts that I read to you, ma'am?
No contest.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'm going to withhold adjudication on count 1 through 4. Count 5, I'm going to dismiss in exchange for the plea. All right? All right, ma'am. You should be about ready to go to Kentucky, all right?
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, what about Carlos Guillen? No, I asked her, are you on probation or parole? Okay, Mr. Guillen, sir, you've been in jail 5 days now. How come you haven't bonded out of jail?
I spoke to my mom already, and she said she's trying to.
Judge, just so you know, and I don't remember the details, but you must have felt pretty strongly. You raised his bond to $10,000 on a DUI, $2,500 on the operating without, plus GPS monitor.
I think he had something else going, too.
Might have something pending somewhere.
I think he had something in Miami pending. Okay, sir. I'm going to leave your bond where it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Is that it? I think that's it. Am I correct? Okay. Patrice, give me the courtroom number again. 4155. Okay. Well, just having trouble with the numbers. Okay, everyone. That's a wrap from courtroom 4155. Thank you, Ms. Patrice, for giving me the number. And I had an excellent time this week, but I'm probably not going to do this for another year until it's my turn again. But I want to thank Ms. Ruberick. I want to thank everyone in the courtroom. We have Sheila, Ms. P. We have our clerk. We have our fine bailiff. Yeah. And then we have Mr. Linder. Akifa was here. I want to thank everyone. What's your name? What's your name? Ileana. Thank you, Ileana. Oh, second page. Wow. We changed the rules around here. Yes, ma'am. Margie. Thank you for. Margie assisted the court by providing a couple droplets of water, and I want to appreciate everything she's done today. Just like Marge. Okay, everyone. That's going to be it. I hope everyone has a nice, safe, healthy weekend. And I want to congratulate Mr. Rivera for addition to his family. I know he's very happy about that. And have a very nice, safe, healthy weekend. We're out from